What's up everyone, this is Apostolos and today we're gonna learn how to create this awesome flickering text scene and guide the viewer's attention wherever we want. We're going to cover this from the very beginning, so if you have never used After Effects before, we will cover everything you need to know to get started. I'm gonna start by creating a new composition. And I will name this comp Flickering Text. Full HD resolution is fine and I'm gonna increase the duration a little bit, let's say 8. Hit OK. I need a background, so I'm gonna create a new solid, name this BG and make sure that has the comp size. Great. Now I need to add some colors, so I will go to the Effects and Presets panel and I'm gonna search for the 4 colors gradient. I'm gonna grab this effect and drag and drop it into our solid. By default we have this funky style, but we need something darker, more Gotham, more Batman. I'm gonna adjust the colors one by one, starting from the first one, and choose a darker version, let's say gray. And I'm gonna do the same for the rest, and I just pick random dark colors. And the last one. And I'm gonna adjust the points to make it interesting. Great. But now we face this color banding because of gradient, and I need to reduce that, so I will go to increase the jitter. And now I think it's much better. Now we need to make this background more interesting. I'm gonna create a new solid, and name this grid. I'm gonna use a really cool effect for this one. I will search for CC ball action. And I will drag and drop this into our new solid. We see nothing because both solids are black, and we need to adjust that. I'm gonna select the grid solid and go layer, solid settings, and I will change the color into white. And now we can preview some kind of grid, but let's adjust that. I'm gonna increase the grid spacing around, let's say 11, and I'm gonna reduce the ball size somewhere here. This is too bright, so I will change the blending mode, let's say into overlay, it's fine. Yeah, much better. I'm gonna press T to reveal opacity and reduce that around 40 something. Much better. And now we need to add our text. I'm gonna pick the text tool and go to the character, leave the all caps as it is, and maybe reduce the tracking at 0. I'm gonna click somewhere in the composition and type flickering text. I'm gonna highlight the new text and adjust the position. Perfect. And now I need to change the color to match the entire scene. So I will go to the character panel and pick a darker version of this color, somewhere here. And in this part, before starting the animation, we need to explain a couple of things about delivering the message correctly by guiding the viewer's attention in the right place. And this is something that every creator faces. The reason is simple: we want to impress ourselves first and then the others. We create impressive scenes with too much information, and that makes it difficult to receive the message because it's hard to focus on something. In our case, we have a simple background but not empty, and a clear message in the foreground. And how are we gonna grab attention? With animation. A short one, and we will leave time for the audience to read that, meaning to breathe. We cut breath with a fast animation to grab attention, and then we let them breathe and receive the information. We give them time. And I'm gonna create a cool animation for the text. I will reveal the properties and go animate and opacity. Also, I'm gonna reveal the values of the range selector, and I'm gonna set the opacity at 0. I will create a keyframe for the start, move a couple of frames forward, and set the start at 100%. Now let's make something cool. I will open the advanced, set the smoothness at 0, and go down and enable the randomizer. And I'm gonna press space for preview. And now we have this cool flickering animation. Let's make this even cooler. I will go down to the random seed and create a keyframe. Move a couple of frames forward and increase the random seed, let's say around 50. Great. And I'm gonna adjust this keyframe to be at the same time with the opacity. Space for preview, and yeah, now it's even better. And now let's make the stroke text. I'm gonna highlight the flickering text layer and press Ctrl or Command D to duplicate it. And I'm gonna rename this as stroke. I will go to the character panel and swap the fill with the stroke. And to reveal this stroke effect, we have to create an offset between the fill and the stroke. So I'm gonna grab this a little bit, and now we can see also the stroke. And we have to increase the value of that, so I'm gonna highlight the text with the stroke and increase that somewhere here. Perfect. Space for preview. Much better. And I will adjust the text color to make it a little bit brighter to separate that from the background and guide more attention into that, because this is our main message. Also for the stroke. Great. Space for preview. Perfect. And now it's time to create some elements to make it more interesting. I'm gonna right click, go new shape. I will rename that as shape 01. And now we need to set a shape for that shape. So I will go add rectangle, and we have our shape, but also we need a color for that. So I will go add fill, and now we have a red one. And I will adjust this into white. Into size, I'm gonna unlock the uniform scale and reduce the Y somewhere at 5. Perfect. And increase a little bit the X somewhere here. And for that we need an animation, and to match the entire style it has to be flickering. So I will reveal the opacity, set the value at 0, add a keyframe, move forward 2 frames, set the opacity at 100%, move forward another 3 frames, set that at 0, and 3 more and set that at 100%, and maybe 4 more and set that at 0. Great. I'm gonna highlight all the keyframes, right click, and go toggle hold keyframes to create steps and not transitions between the frames. Alt and right bucket to cut this from the right. And now we have to adjust the position. I'm gonna select the selection tool and drag this shape somewhere here. I'm gonna duplicate that with Ctrl or Command D, and I will create a new shape, move it on the bottom side. I will create an offset into the timeline, and also I will change the color of this one into, let's say, darker gray. Let's change the shape of this one. I'm gonna highlight the layer, press U twice to reveal all the properties we have adjusted. And now we can adjust the size into anything we want. I will increase the X, press space for preview, much better. And I think we need more elements. I'm gonna duplicate the first one, Control D. I'm gonna move it on the top to have organized layers, and I'm gonna adjust the position of this one somewhere here. It's cool. Again, U twice, and also adjust the size. Let's make a square for this one. Perfect. We need more elements, so I will speed up this into the post. And the main goal here is that we need to guide the audience attention into the right place, into our message. And when we add elements around our message, we create that attention and we say to the audience where they have to look. And this is really, really important when you want to deliver a specific message. That's all guys, I hope I made you smarter today. If you have any other creative ways of making scenes like this one, leave them in the comments below so we can all learn from your talents. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay creative.